Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Preston and today I'll be showing you how to make some candles. I'm a little bit sick, so pardon my voice if it's hard to understand. Hopefully everything's good. The items we're going to use today, first up, the wax. Now this is about 4 pounds of wax that I got at Michael's. It was around $20 and this should make 5 or 6 candles. The next item you're going to want would be fragrance oils. Here I have coconut lime, ocean wave, and tropical pineapple. You can use whatever you want. Next up we have boiling bags. These are very important so that you don't ruin your pots when you're trying to melt the wax. Next up, wicks. Here I have 6 wicks, so today I'm going to make 6 candles. You can use these wicks, or you can also use wooden wicks, depends on your preference. Super glue to hold the wicks down into my container. And then finally, the container. I'm just using these little mason jars so I can put them all around my house. Now, to prepare your jar, it's pretty simple. You just need to take super glue, put it on the bottom of the wick, and stick it in. Hold it for a couple seconds so it sets, and then you should be good. Once your wick's glued down, you're going to want to take a chopstick, put it on top, and attach it with a little piece of tape. This will keep the wick upright when you're pouring. In the end, your final product should look a little bit like this. And now, the next step, start making the wax. Now, to start melting down the wax, we're going to take a pot, add a little bit of water. You're going to want to grab your boiling bag and then your wax. Now, my container will only be able to hold about 2 of these little cubes of wax, so that's what I'm going to start with. Once you have your wax in your bag, take a clip it off, and put it in the water. Once you have your wax in the pot, you're going to want to turn on the stove to max. Just a quick check-in, it's been about 15 minutes since I started boiling the wax. You want to make sure that it has a slow, gradual boil, and if it really starts to boil a lot, you want to turn down the heat a little bit. It's now been about 30 minutes, and as you can see, my wax is completely melted. I want to leave it in for a few more minutes so it can get up to temperature. It's now been around 33 minutes total boiling time. My wax is fully melted and at temperature. Next step you're gonna want to do is move it over to a small bowl. From this small bowl, that's where we're going to add our 2 cents. You're also going to want to turn off the heat and move your pot off the stove. Once you have your wax fully melted and in the bowl, you're going to want to be very careful as the bag is still hot. You let it sit for a couple minutes and then you add the cents. My bag has been sitting for 3 or 4 minutes now. Now I'm going to add my cents. I'm going to be using coconut lime and tropical pineapple. You're going to want to do in total about 12 drops of your scent. So I'm going to do 10 of the coconut lime and then 2 of the pineapple. I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to add the pineapple. Add 5 of these. 6. Okay. Next up, we're going to gently rotate the bag around, mix up the scent. And then move it to the side and grab your cup. Once you've grabbed your container, you want to be very careful because it's still hot, and slowly start pouring your wax in. Until your desired amount. Okay, I didn't put enough tape on, so I'm going to rotate that, make sure it's upright. I had enough wax to where I was able to make almost 2 full candles. The next thing you want to do is just let them sit, harden. After they've sat and hardened for a couple hours, you're going to want to take scissors, cut the wick right to the lid of your container. That way, if you have a lid or something, it'll still be able to close with the wick. I hope that tutorial was easy enough for you to follow along, and hopefully you made some really good smelling candles as well. Thank you for watching.